Yes, good evening, everybody, and you're all very welcome here to Sligo, where it is a beautiful evening here, 25 degrees. Currently, ground is good. It's been well watered, walking it across the way in here, and it's in really good shape as well. Seven race card on show here today, 6 hurl races, and a bumper as well. We've got a couple of jockey changes, though. Rachael Blackmore in the back of her retirement is not riding here today, of course, and the man that got her going as a professional rider joins me now as well. Hanlon, how are you?
All good now, all great.
Good.
So we're having a good time, and I'm delighted to see Rachael going out on her own terms there. It's brilliant, so it is.
Heard you talking about her this morning, how she got going with you as an amateur initially, and then you encouraged her to turn professional.
Yeah, she came to me, it was Davy Russell, as a matter of fact, recommended me. I had a horse run in Thurles in a ladies' race, and we were going to have a small few pound on him, and I wanted to make sure and get the right jockey. And she's 7 pound claimer at the time, and he rang me. He said, "This one's well out to right." He said, "I wouldn't be a bit afraid." So I'll never forget. It was an awful wet day, and the ground was in an awful state. And the instructions I gave her was, I said, "Listen, jump out there second or third. And when you cross above it at the house," I said, "just go on." I said, "and don't look back." And she jumped the second last and came down to the last. She had a little peep to see what was happening behind her, and she couldn't hardly see the horses, so she went down and took him back at the last and let him jump into mum first. And like, it was great for her because it was her own local track. And after that, then she came up and started riding out for me. And I remember then we had another horse down around the Horse and Jockey, which is only down the road from where she lived, a little horse called Sudam. Bit like yourself, not too big now. You know, a little handy head of a horse. and
compared to you,
yeah, well, sure. Listen, he was handy, but I'll never forget. She schooled him for the week before he went, and she'd go down and she'd drive him into it, and like he was a small horse. If he missed one, like she was got in heaven, I'd say, you know. But she went on and won on him, and from that on, then we had a great relationship there between us. I think 2011 was when she rode her first winner for me, and but like she was so dedicated about everything, and everything she done, she wanted to do it right. And over the years there, we had a lot of winners together, and everyone in our yard respect her. And she met Brian Hayes her in our yard, and Brian at the time was my jockey, and next thing Rachael landed on, and the two of them start going out, and I often thought about it after she start taking his rides, and I would have loved to be in a mouse in the room the two of them were in that night after she riding the winner, and the two of them going on. But she started taking his rides. Then he left. He got fixed and he left me, so he did. But they're still together. That length to go, and it's great to see them there together still. And it's great to see Rachael going out on her own terms, and that she's no matter what that girl goes do, it'll work for her. So because she's so dedicated to everything. And I'll tell you, I learned a lot of things about her over the years. But one thing I learned about her is that if she did get bet on a horse, don't talk to her the next morning, because she was so hard on herself for getting bet, and it mightn't be her fault at all. But she went out every day with the attitude, I'm not going to get bet. And the young lads today don't have the same attitude as she had at the time. And like, she went out to win every day. And she'd be cruel for him the next morning if she got on be a short head or a head. So she would. But saying that, she was a great girl, and she done everything. Like, I was so lucky to have her, right? I was so lucky to have her. And she was probably lucky to have me, and I was lucky to have her. I'll never forget, we went pint to pint one day, and she was after getting 2 falls on horrible horses that were never going to get her around in a pint to pint. And that evening we came home, we're coming home, myself and my own Rachael, and we discussed it. And we said, maybe we should turn her. And I said it to her the next morning, the Monday morning, and she said, "You're not serious, are you?" And I said, "I am serious, yeah." And at that time, there was only one thing in her head. She wanted to win the ladies' championship pint to pint. That was her glory. You know, that's what she wanted to win. And I stopped that. but I'm glad I stopped it because she's after having great days since, and she's amazing. So she's.
And I'm back at turning professional. She was champion conditional. You rode a lot of winners for you that season.
She rode a lot of winners for me that season, so she did a lot of good winners. She rode, I think, 2 or 3 doubles for me, and she rode winners in England. Another story I must tell you is that we went to Cartmel one day, and there's a ladies' race there, and there's a golden necklace for it, and she came over in the lorry with us, and she won the golden necklace, and it was like winning an All-Ireland tour at the time. You know, she was only young at the time, and to win this golden necklace, and I think she gave it to her mother after, so she did, but for her to win it was brilliant. So it was one of these things that she wanted to do. And I'll explain something why she was so tough. You remember Hanlon running in Galway. I remember she rode a horse in Galway one day, the last day, and she got a fall. And I went into her, I said, "Are you all right?" "Oh yeah, I'm okay." And I said, "Are you sure you're okay?" I said, "Is your hand all right?" She was feeling her hand. "Oh no, it's okay." She said, it's okay. And went on and rode Hanlon and won on him. And the next day at home, I don't think I was there the next day, but I got a phone call from at home to say that Rachael's hand is sore. Rachael said, "Rachael's hand is sore." And about a week after, she went to the doctor, and the thumb was broke. So she rode a winner with the thumb broke. That'll just tell you what is behind the girl, how strong she is, what she wanted to do in life, and she done it. And I'm delighted that she's going out now because she has done everything she wants. What else do you do in life? You win and that. You win everything. She's after winning everything. So, and it's great for her to finish like this.
It is indeed, and you were there at the start, and you're also there at the end. Hughie Quinn and Sanner, the Bet 365 as well.
Yeah, it was a great day for us as well. So and she gave me a super ride. So she did. She always. I remember pulling her up one day in Kilbeggan. She came back into me and she said, "John, the horse not right." And she was 100% right. When Rachael had come back in off a horse, she give you exactly what a trainer wants to hear. And sometimes you might want to hear it, but if there was one no good, she'd tell you and the owner the very same as if he was a star. And I always said that to her. I said, when you come back in, the owners are standing there, tell them what you think. And sometimes the owners don't like to hear it, but sure, what can you do?
Indeed, Shark, it's a great story. We got to go next meeting. We'll catch up to you ahead of the first race. One winner tonight, last runner.
Roxford River, I think he's a right each way bet. He's back over the right trip. The last day it was the wrong trip, and hopefully with a bit of luck he won't far away.
There you have it. Catch up before the first race.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com. Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.